I know how much I love these eyeshadows. Hey y'all, and welcome to today's video. I was sitting here trying to figure out, like, a lot of people have an intro that they just use over and over again on their videos, and I always struggle with that because I don't feel like every video that I do has any sort of theme or anything like that to it, so there's not really anything for me to say, hey, well, today's video is about this, da da da. It really doesn't matter. You know, we're just playing with makeup because that's what we do here on my channel. We just play with makeup. So if you like this video while you're watching it, as always, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you already haven't. Turn on those notifications. Do all the things. And let's get into today's video. I'm really hoping that we don't have a repeat of a shitty foundation job in this video because I made sure to kind of prep the skin and get some of those dry patches and everything nice and softened out a little bit. I am going to be using a new foundation today, and it is a stick foundation, so if we have a third video in the row where the foundation just doesn't look right at first, you know, guess what? We'll just start all over again. Most of the products in today's video are products that I've already had for a while. There is a couple, there's a couple new items that we're going to be playing with. But first, we are going to be going in with a new eyeshadow palette, which I am so excited to use because you guys know how much I love Unearthly Cosmetics. I literally just used their Gargoyle palette, I think like 2 videos ago, and as always, they are beautiful. So they came out with 2 new palettes. I'd say about a month or so ago, maybe 2 months ago. It's hard for me to keep track. And the first one that I am going to be showing you guys is their Night Terror set. So how cute is the box? I mean, I say it every video that I do with them. Their art, I just absolutely love it. I definitely will plan on keeping this box. This is such a nice collector's box if you are into that sort of thing. And then inside you get your palette, you get a liquid highlight and a lip gloss. And then we also have this other palette called All I Ever Wanted. This one isn't so much of a collector's box like the other palette is, but it is still really nice packaging. So this palette is all shimmers. How beautiful are those? This is definitely going to be a palette that you're going to have to use in conjunction with another palette. I mean, if you want, you can just put like a solid glitter over the lid, but what is the fun in that? I have also not swatched the liquid highlight or the lip gloss in this set, but here is what this palette looks like. I am so excited to be jumping into this one with the blues and the purples and then the pinks. It's just a beautiful palette. Here is the lip gloss, and next to it is their liquid highlight. Wow. Okay, so here is the swatch to the liquid highlight. It is purpley in tone. It almost pulls a shimmery lavender shade. Zoom you guys in just a little bit. Here is the lip gloss. It has a very slight sweet smell. It actually reminds me of a lip gloss from my childhood. Yeah, I can't quite place that. Okay, so this lip gloss has sort of a purple undertone. It is shimmery. I'm trying to get this close enough for you all to be able to see it. These shades are really, really pretty together. They complement one another fantastic. Now, I don't know that I'm actually going to be using either one of these today, but we will see whenever we get to that point if I'll be using these or not. And as I'm sitting here wiping these off, I do think that that liquid highlight would actually be a really pretty topper on eyeshadow. There you go. You can actually see the undertone of the lip gloss now. I wanted to show you guys my nails that I got for spooky season. Like, how cute are those little bitty ghosts? I have one of the best nail techs out there. So if you all live in Louisville, look up Cam Nails because she is amazing. We are going to start out with the eyes, and as always, I'm going to prep the lids with the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer. The last video that I did for you guys, I was going through and editing that video. I realized just how much I hated my eyeshadow look, and it was just, it wasn't blended out good. Like, I almost wasn't going to post the video, but I was like, you know what? Everybody is in a different place when it comes to eyeshadow, where they fall as far as their level that they can do eyeshadow. And I noticed that I was sitting there in the video and I kept blending it, and guys, I would have just kept blending and we would have been there for an hour, so that's why I kind of just stopped. So I'm really hoping that today's look is going to be a little bit better, because, you know, I definitely have my days where my eyeshadow looks like poo, and then I have days where it looks amazing. And, you know, it's kind of something everybody goes through. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing makeup. So to start out, I'm going to pop into this shade right here. It is called Chilling. And I am going to keep this look to just the eyelid today. I'm not going to worry about winging it out or anything, because that is definitely what I didn't love in the last video that I did for you all. So this shade definitely pops way more than I thought it was going to, given how light it is. But how pretty is that? That just went on so nice. I brought you in just a little bit more. The next shade that I'm going to pop into is this purple right here called Eerie, and I am only putting this on the crease. I am just using a small BK Beauty brush for this. This is their 211. It's really the perfect size just to get up into that crease. At least it is on my eyes. Oh, those are so pretty together. Now I'm going to pop into this shade right here called Moody. This is a beautiful, just royal purple shade, and I am focusing this right on the outer corner of the eyelid. I think this look is going to end up being more purple than pink, which I don't hate because I love a purple eyeshadow look. So far I had no fallout on any of these colors. Now for the lid, I am going to go into this shade right here. It's a pink shimmer, and the shade is called Haunted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into the shade with my little flat shader brush, and I'm going to spray just a little bit of MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to see how well I can get this to blend on the lid before going in with my fingertip. Okay, and per usual, brush is not working at all. It really only looks like it's bringing that like top layer of sparkle over. I'm going to go in with the fingertip this time. How pretty. Oh yeah. Wow. This color is stunning. Y'all, I should have known. As many eyeshadow palettes as I have from them, I should have known that going in with the finger is always going to be the best option. Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. Wow, that is stunning. How beautiful is that? Oh my goodness. I think purple eyes are one of the best colors that you can use if you have blue eyes. Wow, like I just want to keep applying this. Alright, moved y'all in just a little bit just to give you kind of close up on this eye color. It is gorgeous. I'm going to go back into that purple shade Eerie, and I'm going to just dab into the shade a little bit, and I'm just going to blend the very top of this. I just want that color a little bit higher on the lid. If you are somebody who has hooded eyes, you definitely want to bring your eyeshadow a little above your crease. That way you can see the color a little bit more. Does that make sense? These colors are so stunning. I do have the tiniest bit of fallout right on the inner corner of the eye, so I'm going to wipe that off with the makeup wipe. Okay, so I have a new foundation. This is the Hourglass Vanish. This is their foundation stick, and I have the shade 3, which I think is vanilla. It doesn't actually have the shade name on the bottom of this, only the number. And I did test this out to test the shade, but I wasn't quite sure the type of primer to use with this. So I think we're going to go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I remember the couple times that I used this primer, I really liked it, but of course it was used with, you know, liquid foundation. So I'm really hoping that we don't have the same issue that I had on the last 2 videos that I did. The primer is quite sticky if you've never used this before, so I'm not sure. I'm kind of worried about how this foundation is going to work with this primer. Here is what that foundation looks like. It just twists up. And I'm going to be using this with my Anisa Pinnacle foundation brush. I chose to use this brush because it is a little more dense, and I figured it would kind of help spread the foundation a little bit with that primer being as gripping as it is. I was kind of worried that this foundation was going to be a little bit on the yellow side when I first swatched this, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be a good match. It is actually spreading out around the tip of my nose really nicely. Now, I know this foundation is not new. I had this foundation when it first came out and ended up destashing it at one point, but I think I saw somebody's video and they were talking about different foundation sticks, and I don't know what it is about like taking the foundation and wiping it on my face, there's just something so satisfying about that. Is anybody else like that, or am I just a weirdo? Alright, so here is one side of the face without foundation, and then there is the side with foundation. This does have pretty decent coverage. I actually didn't look to see what type of coverage that this is supposed to have, but I mean, it's pretty good. My freckles aren't as prominent. That primer is quite gripping. I don't grab for this brush much, and I think it's because of like the size it is. If Anissa could come out with a little bit smaller version of this brush, this would be my perfect foundation brush. So I mean, or, you know, if I could work with Anissa one day, I would love to be able to make my own brush. There's what the face looks like completely blended out. It is definitely given super high coverage. I would not say it is 100% full coverage, but it is quite close. I know I've told you guys this in my videos before, that when I was going through chemotherapy, I lost a lot of weight, a lot in my face. And I've noticed now with my face being much thinner than it has been in the past, my lines on my face and the creases that I have are definitely a little more prominent now, which I feel like that is one reason why I'm super picky about foundation, because I don't like my skin to look more mature than it actually is. This definitely has a little bit of tack to it. I am not sure if this is just the foundation or if it is a mix of the foundation and the primer, but it is pretty tacky. And I don't know what it is about this packaging, but I do really enjoy it. I think it's so pretty and luxe. I didn't even think about it. I could have used the actual brush that came out with that foundation, but oh well. So sitting here, this has dried down a little bit, so I really don't think that I need to set the full face with powder. I am going to be using the Hourglass Barneys collaboration palette. I have been dying to dig into this. If you all are not familiar with Hourglass, their powders are so beautiful. In my opinion, they have some of the most beautiful powders on the market. I have the hardest time opening this package though. Here is what the palette looks like. It does come with a large mirror, but you get a mix of bronzers, highlight powder, and finishing powder. So beautiful. In this palette, you have 1 and 2, which are both finishing powders. Number 3 is a highlight. Number 4 is bronzer, and then the final 2 colors are both blushes. Now, as I was reading that, I wanted you all to know it actually tells you on the back of this packaging, along with the palette itself, it tells you what each of these shades are supposed to be used for. So I'm going to take my Rephr 05 and I am going to dip into this shade right here, which is the bronzer. You can get this palette off of Hourglass's website, and you can get it from Sephora. Now, in my opinion though, I would totally wait until they do the Sephora sale. That way you can get your 20 or 30, whatever they do for each tier. You can save a little bit of money on it. I, of course, am impatient, and I'm always worried that stuff is going to fall or sell out, because I tend to have that luck. So I just went ahead and bought it. I knew it was going to be worth it to me because I love Hourglass. I love to support them. And this palette will last me so long. I think we're good on the bronzer. Now, I am going to take my BK112 blush brush and I'm going to dip into this lighter pink shade right here. Hourglass's powders just have the prettiest finish to them. They just give you this nice, healthy, glow within look. I remember when I really first started getting into makeup, I remember when I went to Sephora that Hourglass I bought almost a full face of them because I just loved them so much. But gosh, back then, you know, I was not making the money that I am now. So it was a good chunk of change. So now that we got all the blush on, I don't think I'm going to use that liquid highlighter from Unearthly Cosmetics because I don't feel like it's really going to look good with kind of the look that I was thinking about going with today. Just taking this fluffy Wet n Wild brush. This is from the Scooby-Doo collection. And I'm just going to dump into both of those light shades. And I am actually going to just put this all over the face. Guys, look how pretty the complexion is. These powders are so good. Now that you can see how I used this palette, this would be a great palette for you to travel with because that way you have your powders, you got your blush, you got your bronzer all in one, and it will save you a little bit of space too. So if you guys feel like this is something that you guys would use, I highly recommend this palette. I did want to pop into this shade right here and just put a little bit of that color on the skin for a highlight. Just taking this small fluffy brush. I'm going to actually take a little bit of that and we are going to just put it right there on the bridge of the nose. Y'all, that wind is kicking out there. Filling the skin now after applying all those powders, I definitely did not need to add any extra powder to set any of this because I feel like the way it dried down and then the mix of the powders, it feels perfect. Now we're going to go back and we're going to finish the eyes. I'm going to take that dark purple and I'm going to put this on this little liner brush. And I'm going to focus this underneath that bottom lash line. Now, I don't know how, with as skinny as this brush is, how that made that line over there so thick. I'm going to smoke it out anyway. I am so obsessed with this eye look, guys. I'm going to say this until the end of the video, so I'm sorry. Now, I'm just going to go back in with that fluffy brush, and I'm going to pinch brush portion of that. And I'm just going to use that to buff out that lower lash line. This is something that I learned from Ally Glines. Does look like that I got a little bit more over here than I did on this eye, so I'm going to just take that brush and just barely rub over the ends of that. So that is it as far as shadow. The eye look is done. Now I'm going to take a Q-tip with a little bit of makeup remover on it, and I'm going to clean off any of that eyeshadow that got into my waterline. So before we go in and finish off the look, we're going to go ahead and set the face. I grabbed a setting spray that I haven't used in quite a while, and this is the Joah Hydrating Glow Cream Mist. I did order this off Amazon. I want to say this was a recommendation by Tati. This does have a slight perfumey scent. That is the one thing that I don't love about this, but I do love the mister on it. I just know that I like the setting spray. Now for eyeliner today, I did pull out quite a few different colors. I was kind of leaning towards a purple pink eyeliner, but I think I really want the eyes to pop, so I'm going to go in with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil, and this is in the shade Milk, I believe. Yes, Milk. This is actually the only white eyeliner I have right now until my order comes from ColourPop, because I just ordered a big set of eyeliner from ColourPop and I cannot wait to get them. I love their eyeliners. These pencils are so nice, and look how much that waterline pops now with that white eyeliner. For mascara, I grabbed two mascaras that I wanted to try, and because I want to use both of them, I think I'm going to use purple on one eye and pink on the other eye, because why not? These are the ColourPop Volumizing Mascara. This one is in the shade called Pink Ink, and then this one is called Purple Prose. Now in my last video, I did pull out the black one, and I ordered it the same time that I got these, so I'm really hoping that I don't have to toss these, because I have a feeling that they're going to be dried out. Oh, there is the purple, and we're going to go in on this eye over here. This is so pretty. And while that is drying, we're going to go in on the other side with the pink. There is that one. Wow, okay. These have more pigment to them than I expected them to have. I'll zoom y'all in a little bit to give you a closer look at the eyes. While I have you all zoomed in, I'm going to add that second layer and see how much I can build this up. Okay, so it looks like it is building up just a little bit, and neither one of these feel as dry as the black that I had, so that's a good sign, but I would expect them to be the same exact formula. And now for the second layer of the pink. Okay, this one definitely feels a little more dried down and hard. It's kind of hard for me to get that second coat on there, so this mascara might only be a one coat mascara. You can definitely see the color on the lashes though. I think the purple and the pink, one on each eye, looks beautiful. Alright you guys, so far this look has come together so nicely. I'm so glad that we had better luck today. The last thing to do is lips. Now for lip liner, I'm going to be using the Bare Minerals. This is their Mineralist lip liner, and the color is called Blissful Blush. This is just a really nice nude pink tone. This is one of my favorite lip liners that I own. This was a recommendation by Lindsay Munette, and if you have not followed her, if you are a pale skin girly like I am, go and give her a like and a follow, because she has some of the best fair skin videos out there on YouTube. The lipstick that I'm using today was also a recommendation by Lindsay Munette. This is a CoverGirl lipstick. I cannot remember what these lipsticks are actually called. They are the ones that come in the nice clear packaging. And the shade of this one is 560 Romance Mauve. This is a beautiful, nice, cool tone, pinky nude. And this looks great with so many lip liner colors. How nice is that lip? Oh, so good. Alright guys, so that's it for today's look. I am so glad that we had a much better end result with the face products today. I think everything that I used today is absolutely beautiful. Of course, the 3 new items that I used today were the Night Terror eyeshadow palette, which you guys is absolutely stunning. I cannot recommend this enough. And then we also have the Hourglass Barneys palette, which this is another one. Their shadows are so worth it. This retails for $90, but if you are a makeup lover and a collector, I highly recommend this, because you cannot get a face palette more beautiful than this, in my opinion. This is like the bee's knees right here. And the last new thing was this lipstick, and you guys, I love it. To me, honestly, this is like my go-to lip, and I will be using this all fall long. So let me know what you guys think about today's look. I think it's beautiful, and I am so glad that you are still here. And hey, if you're new, my name is Jessica, and I am so happy that you're here. We would love for you to stay. So that is it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.